Hello everyone to my first SWOT and stuff video. A lot of people on Discord asked me to make a video, so now I'm gonna make a video explaining what I'm using, how I'm using it, and why I'm using it. Did I forget to say that? I don't know. Anyway, let's drop right into it. But a little disclaimer before, I have a Discord, link is in the description and the pinned comment. Join, all the guides, everything is right there, and you can talk with other people doing the same thing, analyzing stats, figuring out the meta, and actually testing things instead of just believing whatever someone says that dropped 5,000 bucks into the game, get a skill at Immortal, and says to you, this is the best skill, use it. And then when you use it, it's shit. And you want to know why and what to use? Discord. Click it now. Anyway, so I'm Berserker at 1.55 million. Before the season hit, I was 1.48. I have even some clips that I'm going to show at the end of the video about PvP, if someone is interested, against people 1.6, 1.7, and now since the season hit, 2.1 million power. I'm starting here with my first build, which is Kingdom. I call it World because it's open world, right? Core idea of the build, philosophy, very simple. We try to get as many hits in to proc Judgment as many times as we can. And we use certain abilities that complement that build, which is Lament. It heals us for every technique that deals damage. So for every source of damage, we're gonna get healed. Good. We use Desperate Valor. The lower we are, the more damage we do. And we're always going to be low, right? So good. And we use Indom because it makes it that we get 2 additional turns after we would normally have already died. Also good. And abilities that do a lot of hits. And some of them are even AoE. So we do a little bit of both AoE and single target. 3 hits Lion combo. Single target. Whirlwind, 4 hits AoE. Eclipse Slash, single target, 6 hits. And Sunset, AoE, and 5 hits. Altogether 18 hits. And that makes it that Lament is Judgment is almost proccing twice per turn. So which is good. I don't know, I don't think I need to explain this a whole lot. This basically means we proc in Judgment 1 to 2 times per turn while we're getting healed for a massive amount of health while we are strong as fuck because we have Valor. Sorry for cursing if someone gets offended by that. And Indomitable Will gives us 2 more turns, which means more Judgment procs, right? At the same time, while we have 90% damage reduction from Indomitable Will, Lament is healing us, which gives us more effective health in the same time. So that might be that you survive 2 turns through Indom, and then because of Lament healing, you actually survive another turn, because you reduce the mob pool to a small number that they cannot kill you by the damage they do. For dungeons and for the dragon build, I use basically the same thing, though we have one change here. We're going from Aegis, because we want to have additional survivability in open world, to more damage. Nyx would be here also really great, though I don't recommend you guys buy an Aegis and a Nyx. You should buy one of the 2, and then your second copy should be the same pet you have, because you want to make it a dual trade. Unless you're really big spender, then you don't care. Anyway, I'm going to use Syl. It gives me attack and speed boost, which is really nice for damage. And I use the same skills. The only thing different is here I switch them around, because this is my usual setup, if I don't care what I hit. Here I swapped the single target as my 3rd skill, because it prioritizes large targets, so that my first Judgment combo is definitely on the boss. Here it doesn't matter, Because usually dungeons only have bosses or like 2 or 3 mobs, and meh. And dragon is literally just a boss, right? So we don't care really that much about it. And then in the dragon and the dungeon build, the only difference here is the charms. 3 of the charms are different because we're focusing here on more damage. So we go crit rate and crit damage plus more flat damage from Blazing Clash. It will take us around 3 turns to get all the stacks for Blazing Clash. And sometimes, or most of the time for me, I'm not even getting low running the dragon or the dungeon content, because there is someone with an AoE heal, there's a tank that takes aggro, etc. So I'm focusing here on raw stat pushing damage. The one thing though that you could do if you do take damage, when you know that you take damage, maybe swap out the rate for Valor so you have more damage because you are getting low. If you are fine, no wait, if you do die in dungeons quite often, maybe swap in the crit mastery for Indom so that you can survive a couple turns more and therefore clear the content. And now if we come into PvP, which is my bread and butter, I'm very competitive. I really like games through PvP. I did this for decades already in Elder Scrolls Online, Guild Wars 2, World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 1, and much more. We use the same amount of skills because, again, our whole concept evolves around multi-hits and the judgment procs. But now we're going a mix from both PvE, not both, all 4 other PvE builds. We're going for crit rate because crit rate is good. We're going for Valor because in PvP we're always going to be low. And we go for Indom because we need to extend the fight as long as possible so we get more judgment procs to actually finish our opponent in that way. Aegis is here really good, so if you're PvP focused, I really recommend you guys to go Aegis. The whole idea is we do a lot of damage through a lot of attacks and a lot of judgment procs. But to do this, we need to have more time to get more judgment procs. And what helps is Indom. Indom again extends our 5x2 turns. But even more important, Aegis extends it already by 1 turn. The moment the damage, or the moment our health hits 1 HP, Aegis procs first. Heals us for half the damage half the health we have lost, and gives us another turn before Indom procs. And then Indom gives us another 2 turns. This, and all in all, makes it that you can survive mage bursts very reliably, or erosion stack explosions. And then the crit helps us a little bit. Plus, at the same time all this is happening, we're going to be constantly below 50% HP, which means we're going to get the benefit from Valor. So that's the reason why I use Valor. I would not really recommend Blazing here, because Blazing wants you to fight 3-4 turns before it has all the damage. Valor, literally after the first turn, when your enemy started and they get you to 50% HP, you are already at maximum damage bonus compared to Blazing. And that is basically it. That's my team PvP build. This is my arena PvP build. There is some swaps you can do in terms of skills. For example, you can change Whirlwind to Flash Dash or to Edge Strike, but Edge Strike has only 1 hit, and Flash Dash doesn't really work that great, for example, in Dragon content where the boss is too big. So I just went with Whirlwind and it works really good, because I don't really care then if there's mobs, if there's 2 bosses, if there's 1 boss, if there's 1 PvP enemy, if I'm in a tournament, it just works all the time. Also, it contributes more to judgment stacks because it's a 4-hit ability. So yeah, I hope that helps you all. Leave a nice comment, I guess. Enjoy the clips that come now. Don't forget to join the Discord, link is in the description and in the pinned comment. And tell me what you are running, because I'm curious about you all as well. More builds gonna follow, more videos, you know, this and that. GG's.
This sucks, man.